Hello everyone, this is Jethro again. So we're back on our tutorials. So last time we ended when we had talked about how to insert different stories, and also how to insert your warlords. And just in case you didn't watch those two videos, actually those three videos, part 1, 2, and 3, yeah, I recommend that you go and you watch them, such that we can be updated on everything that is going on this channel. Yeah, we don't want to leave anyone behind. Yeah. And also, in case you haven't yet subscribed, yeah, I request that you subscribe to our channel so that you can be always updated in case of any upload. You'll always be aware because you'll have to receive the notification. Yeah, so that you watch the video in time and we learn together at the same pace. You can also encourage your friends to subscribe and also to begin following us for more interesting tutorials. Yeah, we love it when we all learn together. So for today, we're going to talk about pad foundation, how to design foundation, and basically it will be a pad foundation. As you know, in foundation, you have two types of foundations, have the deep and then the deep, you have the foundation and then the shallow foundation. So under shallow foundation, you have what we call the raft and also the pad foundation. And then for the deep, we have the piles and others. But basically today, I'm going to talk about how to design our pad foundation. So the very first step that we do in designing pad foundation, we are going to first carry out our building analysis. That is the very first step that we do. So you just come here to building analysis, then you come to building analysis. Click there like that, it's going to bring for you this pop-up, and in this one, you shall look at the project parameters. Project parameters have the different codes that the standards that you're using to that Protastructure is using to design for us, based on what we gave it in the beginning. We remember in part 1 we selected BS. We are using BS to design. So for that, they are not going to actually to tamper with anything. We're just going to say okay. Okay. So when you come to our loading combination, we just click there once on loading combination. Loading combination, you just go to load generator. Go to load generator, you will see this, and so you just go to okay. Yeah, so when you click OK, you can see just updated this table. Sometimes by the time you go to load generator, you will not, this table won't be there, but after going to load generator and then clicking OK, it will have to appear there just like that. So from there, after it comes, you're just going to say OK. When we are going now to come to our materials, as you come to your materials, you can see we have materials for columns, shear walls, beams, slabs, foundations, and then the links. So we are going to go to edit materials. When you click on edit materials, you can see we have concrete columns. This is showing the class of concrete we are going to use on the different structure elements. And then here the grades, these are the grades of steel, and also we have the steel diameter, the diameter of your steel bars. So for the class of concrete, actually we want to use the class of concrete of 20 to 25. So you just come here and click OK. So when you go to grade, your grade is just your grade of steel that you're going to use. You can see you have 410 type 2. That's what we want. Just say OK. Come to rebar diameter. For this one, rebar diameter, like remember we're talking about concrete columns. So these are the steel bars that are going to be in your columns. So you just come here and check. By selecting this, you are selecting all of them. You can see. Then you uncheck it. When you uncheck it, you can see all of them have been unselected. So what you do, for the columns, I'm going to use Y16, yeah, because it is okay. So I'm going to use Y16, but you can use any diameter. It just depends on the loading on your building, the number of stories you're going to that are appearing on your structure, yeah, and some other factors. It just depends on whatever you want to achieve in your design. Yeah, but since this one is for this time round is for study purposes, that is okay. So for concrete walls, we don't have any concrete wall, so we shall just come to concrete beams. Class, just click there like that, and then when you come to class, even if you want to change a class, you can see, just come and click on any of that you want. I want between 20 to 25, that is 20 class 20. So I'm just going to say okay. When I go to my rebar, as you can see, there's being selected very many of them, but I will just check and then uncheck. I want to use T16 also for the beams. So I just check on T16 and then say okay. As you can see now, we have the slabs, and also the slab, I'm going to use the same, that is class 20 to 25. Say okay. When I come to my grade, of course, I'm going to use the same grade. It is grade 410. Yeah. For rebar diameter, I'm going to change it. For the case of slab, I'm going to take Y12. Yes. Then for the ribs, I don't have. When you come to links, these are the links that are going to appear in your columns and also in your beams. Yeah. So for the links, I'll just come here. For the grade, I'm going to use the same grade. Yeah, that very one. I'll just say okay. But when it comes to my rebar diameter, I'm going to change and check. I'm going to use Y8, but even Y10 can work. But for now, I want to use Y8. Yeah. So after that, I think I'm done with all the parameters that I want, or the structure members that I'm having on my structure. What I'm going to do, I'm just going to say, okay, you understand? Okay, for now. So after there, what you do, you're just going to come to analysis, as you can see it. So you just come here to analysis and click on it like that. Then you run your what? You run your analysis. So for running analysis, you can see right now, before you run our analysis, it is having this X. So we are going to start our analysis. Start your analysis. It is going to bring for here bunch design options. It is bring for you the column stroke wall reinforcement design and also the beam reinforcement design. So you're going to check both of them because you want to design for columns and also the beams. Yeah, and then the slabs and all that. So for here, it is telling you to reselect bar stroke design. By checking these two, you'll be just allowing your software to design for you, to redesign for you, just in case you have under designed. It can help you to design for you very well. You get it? So that your building doesn't fail. Yeah. And also you have to be careful in this design because even the software itself can over design for you. And in most cases it over designs. Yeah. In case you have fed it with information which is not so correct, it can over design for you. But as an engineer, as I said, be the engineer to your software. Don't allow the software to control you. So you have to design, you have to, after getting your outcome, you have to look at it during the detailing. You have to look at whatever that the software has given to you and you make the final judgment. So shall come here on building analysis and click OK. But as I can say, this one takes a while when it is still analyzing your building. It depends on very many factors actually. It depends on the number of structure members that you're having on your structure, the number of stories that you have, the size of your building. So it depends on very many parameters or very many factors when it is doing that building analysis, and also the type of piece that you are using, the speed, the processor speed. Some pieces have 4 processors, some are having 8, 6, some are having 12, even more. You get it? So when you're buying a computer, I advise as an engineer, you should buy a computer of at least the least should be 8 GB RAM. That is the least you should go for. Don't go for a computer which is 4 GB RAM, because now that one is for typists. It's for type. But as an engineer, look for a good computer of about 16 GB RAM. Actually, that one is better. It can try to run everything at a faster rate. You get it? Yeah. Yeah, so it's done. It's done designing your columns. Right now, it is now designing your beam. As you can see, beam reinforcement design. The other one was column reinforcement design. So right now it's dealing with your beams. So it's trying to design for you your beams. Yeah, as I repeat, you have to be patient with the software as it designs. Yeah. So as you can see, it is telling us that building analysis complete successfully. So we are done basically designing. It's done analyzing our structure. And so you're just going to come here at this point and then click on close. So just click there once. Yeah. So it has brought for you this pop-up. It's showing you okay, okay. So you shall just say okay. So I repeat, patience matters a lot. Yeah, in this design. Yeah, so right now it's everything is done successfully. So I'm going to close. As you can see, last time we saw when here we had an X, but after designing for you, it was going to give you this tick. So when this tick comes, you're just going to come here and close. So when you close, you can see they are showing to us our analytical model. So remember, when you come here, you can see we have the plan, we have the 3D physical model, and have the analytical model. So this is now the analytical model. After the software analyzing your building, it brings for you your analytical model. And actually, there are very many changes and very many things you can see. You can use this analytical model, so you can verify all the information that the software has given you. But today, we shall not run into that. Let us go back to our plan view. Yeah, so when you go to our plan view, we are going to talk to remember we are designing what? We are designing for our part, we are designing for our foundation. So we want to design, we are designing for the power foundation. So what you do, we are going to come to story. The story is what we use. You understand? Don't come to story 1 or any other story. But the foundation is done on story 0, you can see. So you just come here on story 0 and click on it. It brings for you this. When it brings for you this, your plan view, you're going to just highlight it and then right click. Right click, you can see it's showing you here insert pad footing, insert pile cap. So you're going to go to insert pad footing. Yeah, so it has brought for us our information. You can see it has given you the depth of your column to be 400. You can change it depending on what you want or depending on what you are trying to design. For me, for now, I'm going to leave it at 400. It is okay for me because most of the cases, the pads are always like 500 millimeters, but it's not also a must. Just know it should not go less than 250 at least. That should be the minimum. But it can go up to even 600 millimeters depending on the size of your structure and the loading you expect on the structure. Yeah. So about this is now our showing you the footing taper height. I know engineers know what taper height means. You understand? Take an example. If I change this one to maybe something like 700, you get 700, and I come here and click on design, you can see the taper height. You can see it. This is what we call the footing taper height. You understand? So we want to leave it at 0 as it was because we don't want that. So I want to leave it at 0. Go back to your design. Yeah, we want to leave our footing in that format or in that way. Yeah, so when you come, you can see concrete cover. It is giving you it is 40. It's showing you 40. Sometimes even you normally use 50, but even 40 can work. For this video, I'm going to leave it at 40. So it is showing you your length, these ones, the width, and then the length and the width. It is a square column. You can change it to a rectangular column. You can use anything, depending on what you want to achieve. But for now, we are going to use our square column as it is. Yeah. When you come here to eccentricity, it is 0, 0, and it's okay. We can leave it at 0, 0. We don't want anything to change anything because we want to center our column in the middle. As you can see, the more you change these ones, you can see it keeps on changing at this point, depending on the type of eccentricity you want to achieve. You can see. If you put it here like this, you can see how it changes. But we want it to leave it. We want to leave our column at the center, and then we have our pad. Yeah. So that is where when we put our eccentricity at 0, 0. This is now the 2D view of our column, but now we also have the 3D view. In case you want to check on your 3D view, you can see this is what you have as your 3D view of the type of footing you are designing. So let's go back to our 2D view. So after doing checking all these parameters here, you also have to be checking on this here. You can see where you have the word design. You can be checking in this table to see. In case you have anything here, maybe red somewhere, it means that at that point, that parameter has failed. Take an example. If I come here and I put here maybe 100, let's see what you shall get. 1. Okay. Take an example I want to use. Okay, let me change from here. Maybe 500. You get? You can see. You already have now, they are telling you that soil stress, of course, it is failing. They are showing you that even here the design has failed. You can see things have failed. So whenever you have this red stuff, it means that something has failed, a certain parameter has failed in your design. You understand? So you're going to take it back to 1300 as it was. You can see when I put it back to that, everything you can see they're telling you design is what? Is successful. So not until they tell you that the design is successful, you're not supposed to press OK, because when you press OK when the design is not successful, of course the column will go there. The footing will be inserted on your plan, but it will be bound to failure, as you know. So when we come here to, when you can click on these different ones and you see what they are saying, when you come to analysis, material, here material you can see concrete, the class that you want to use. You can change it depending, but me I want to use that one. The grade of your steel bars, okay. Then diameter, you can see what they are showing. You have this, so this one you can, as we did for the when we're designing the you can just check, and then maybe we can use y. You can take y16 still. You can take y16 maybe something like that. Y16. When you come here to options, so sorry, still on materials, you can see this is the ultimate stress of the soil. This is like your bearing capacity. So in case you want to use your own that you've already, take an example, you have carried out your soil report, you already have it. So you just come here and edit this and put the bearing capacity that you got on ground. You understand? So here we are going to use this very one. So here when you come to soil unit weight is, they have given it to you as 18. Yeah, 0.025 the job, it's okay. Field height is fine. The net bearing capacity is now your net bearing, what? Your net bearing capacity. You understand? Have now the ultimate, this is now the design factor, the ultimate strength factor. You get it? So everything is showing you that everything is what? It's okay. When you come to our column loads, this is just trying to show you your loadings that are on your column, on your column. So when you go back to your geometry, yeah, this is where we began from. You can see showing the label. Yeah, so since our design is successful, you just come here. You can even come here and always click on design, then come here and say okay. Yeah, so when you click on OK, you can see your column has already been, your footing has been inserted at this point. You understand? When you go to your 3D view, yeah, try to turn it around, yeah, you can see we have our source, our source, our footing, but I want to change the color of this footing, so I'll just come here to build setup. You can see this is the color right now, but so when you come here you are going to come to settings. When you come to settings, you are seeing layer and color settings. So just come and click on that one. Click on it, you're going to look for your foundation. So look for foundation. Where is it? Our foundation is here. So you go to footing hatch. So just click on it like that. Then I want to use something like this one here. Yeah, so when I come here, I'm going to increase on the intensity, the opacity. Then just click there like that. Then say okay. You can see it's applying. You can see it has changed to the color that we want. Yeah, that's what I want to use. Yes, that's my color that I want to be using. So now I'm going to apply on all the 14. So let's go back to our plan view, but we want our story 0. Yeah, so what you do to save on time, like for this, since this is just for study purposes, you can just, although it is not advisable, because what is advisable, you come and insert your footings on every column. Yeah. So since we have already put the other parameters, they are still there, and it's showing you even that one, it is successful at that. So it is successful there at that point. You can just say okay. It's okay. Yeah, it has also come. Then also you come to this one, highlight it, right click, insert pad foundation. You can see it is also successful, but you can try to change these parameters. Yeah, but for the sake of study purposes, yeah, you will just say okay. Yeah, so as I said, that what you should do and what is advisable when you're doing a real life project, you have to design for each and every column. You have to design for every column. Like here, for the case of time, I'm just going to highlight there like that, highlight all of them. Highlight all of them, I just come and click and insert that one like that. Yeah. So it's showing you can see it's showing you this, is telling you that okay, it has already redesigned for us. It has already designed them for us, all of them. Designed to us is okay, showing us that everything is fine. You get it? So when everything is fine, you just come here and say okay, and they are going to be placed. Yeah, as you can see, so we are going to do the same for all of these ones. So shall just come here, right click, insert bands foldings. Yeah, so you can see our because when it is at this point like this, you can see check design, do not redesign. So always you should always at least put it there for check design, such that redesign if fails. Understand? Just in such that in case it has failed, it can help you to redesign for you what is going to pass. And also after redesigning for you, that the one that it has said that it is going to pass, you have to also come and check on those parameters. You check on the depth of what they have told you. You check on the length, on the dimensions, everything. You have to come and check through and see whether that's what you want to achieve, yeah, in your design. So just come and say okay. Yeah, so you can see. So that's lastly, we are going to also this one that we didn't design for. Yeah, this one is only once. It's saying okay, so just okay. Yeah, we have one last one. This one. Right click, insert pad foundation. Yeah, still going to bring back to this pop-up. Yeah, so as you can see here, well, by the way, when I try to make you pass, if I take you through these ones, you can see you have the centricity, you have reinforcement, but most importantly, I want to talk about the punching shear. the punching shear always fails because of the depth. So in case you do your design and it is here at punching shear, you're seeing that it is having the reds. Those reds are showing you that danger, there is a failure. It will be showing you a failure somewhere. If this punching shear is failing, it just implies that there is a problem with your with your depth. Either your depth that you've put is so small, or mostly when it is so small, it will always show you here at punching. It will always show you that the punching shear has not passed. So it means that you have to increase on your depth such that your punching shear does what? Passes. Understand? Yeah, that's what I wanted to show you. So that's what we have. We have already placed all we have already placed our footings on all our columns. So when you come back to our view, right click and you go to 3D model. This is what we have. You can see we have our footing right there, as you can see them. So we have our footings. So at this point, we are done designing our footings. Thank you for watching. Thank you for listening. Yeah, please, if you haven't subscribed, just go subscribe, like, and share so that you can be updated on each and every video that we upload.